going little by little, but I'm trying to do more architecture and other things, adding that into this. Basically to show you, this over here, this chaos, that is all the old factory. Now, that bit up there and some of this organization down here, and of course this tubing here going underneath, that's all the new stuff I've been working on. And right now I'm working on moving this entire storage system over here to this site here. And instead of having all these ugly conveyors running up to it, I'm running everything underground. Or I say underground, under my foundations. This whole thing is built up just a little bit to offset the unevenness of the terrain. So, as you can see, it's kind of all on stilts, have a nice level building field, and yet gives us harvesting that water resource. So, again, it's changed since I got the mod because it increased a lot of higher production buildings and things. But one of the things I'm talking about though with that is the water. Yes, it's not a very big lake, but at one point I had enough water drills, or gotta love those autosaves. They always slow you down. Water extractors, that's the word I'm looking for. I have plenty of water extractors to cover all of this power plant, 3 nuclear reactors that are off in distance there, and even my original aluminum. That's what I'm looking for. Aluminum production. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room here. There's plenty of room here. And if you want, over there's even more room. That should be plenty to get your stuff kick-started, up and running, and then advance on from there. But the advantage that this has is the abundance of resources. There is just so many extra nodes, there's just so many higher level nodes at that, so it makes it a lot easier to actually get backup supply that is before the splitter, so that way I can keep all these running non-stop and I just think the extra that come out. Well, this backup supply frankly is what saved me, because as I was going through it, I realized that I didn't realize that the batteries had stopped. I was actually building this section over here to building this section over here to get the larger cargo containers, or the fluid containers rather. But I look over and these belts are empty. And I'm like, wait a minute, why are my battery belts empty? And if that shut down and then uranium fuel shut down, and that would kill my whole factory. Probably, and anyone that's got to uranium fuel or uranium power plants, nuclear power plants, know that the 5,000 that the power plants produce is the largest part of it. I mean, look at it, 23,000 or 22,000 is what I'm producing, and of that 22,000, 15 is those 3 reactors. So, yeah, it's going to be a rather catastrophic issue if my drone shut down because my battery is shut down. But hopefully we'll get it all figured out. Now, why are you just sitting here? It's because, yes, okay, that's why. I forgot, I don't have anywhere for my nitrogen to go, so once those are full, it's full. I'm not yet to the next phase in that production. Using these mods, I forgot just how much the extra tiers add to the system. So I've been still building on the older, just multiple factories. Well, I decided to try some of the new modded mines and factories. And oh my goodness, look at this thing. Now, I'm not even running out full production, but look at this. It's not overclocked at all, and it can produce 12,000 a minute out of one mine. And it's got all the airport conveyors that you need. So, as I'm replacing this whole production down here and changing it from this rat's nest that you see to nice, clean, and organized, I'm not going to need near as many conveyors coming in as I thought. So, with that being said, I'm going to start building my factories based off of those additional modded components or buildings. Now, I hate it when you get these. You don't realize your inventory is full, so you just keep going, and then you have all these chests of resources you can fit in your inventory. Alrighty, how do I want to... How do I want to finish this here? Oh, oops. Oh, it'll be alright. Like I said, we do this anyway. Cut the rest of that here. I'm just not focusing right now. Alrighty. There we go. Eventually I want to get lights through the whole system. Now, I did want to look at this, so I changed the lighting of the traffic lights. So originally I had it on the straight yellow, but frankly it looked like snot. So I changed it to the white, and I'm just trying to find something I liked. At this point, looks like right here's my changing room. That's just the straight white. I kind of edited to this color here to one that I like better and bumped it up to 20%. I think with those additional settings, the lights actually are going to be what I want them to be. With the light controller, I'm thinking, because I manually did all those because I just was stupid, it didn't put it on the light circuit, it was tied into the circuit of everything else. I manually set each one, and frankly I think I got myself in a pickle there. I'm going to have a second light circuit for the street lights here, because each one being manually adapted, I don't think this controls it now, because when I tried to jump and land, then it did to just keep running. But just gotta get it figured out, I guess. Here I am, just getting distracted again, moving on to the next. So this has actually been doing really good for me. I was thinking about putting in the screw maker, but for the reinforced plates in the rotors. But then I realized I didn't have that much room, because this thing is bigger than a standard assembler, or not assembler, manufacturer. And I'm just gonna go with 3 here. myself a little more room. And produce my screws out of here, because frankly that other one is going to be too big. Now that I don't like. I'm going to have to offset my sorters. But frankly, I don't want that arm sticking out the wall. It can stay inside it. Now, I need to do this. So, like I said, I'm not as focused as I wish I could be right now, so you have to bear with me a little bit. Now this is going to be the frustrating part. I was afraid I didn't give myself enough room. Move everything up. Splitter, you can come right out here. And oh, look. I didn't change it. Splitter. There we go. I was having an issue there for a while. Because you only takes the ingots, so it actually takes an entire step out of your production. Now, let me double check you. You're going to produce 3,000. You're going to consume 1,000. Ooh, that was 1,500. Ooh, and 3,000. You know, on second thought, I need to change this. Because there ain't no way I could have left that splitter. I don't need it. There ain't. I kind of like that, actually. But there's no way this building was going to produce that much. Unless I could just overclock you. And that'll actually take care of the additional production. I'll just need to go to 200%. So, here I go again. Going right back to where I was the first place. Like I said, I'm just kind of taking it as I go here. Unfortunately, it's not as planned out as I should have been, but it is what it is. Alright. Overclock you. Actually, I only need 200. Why'd you just go A? Smart splitter. But I'm going to line up right in the middle. There we go. Now I'm going to get a conveyor opening. You know, I should have probably put that in first because, yeah, it's not lined up. So if I put that in first, that actually gives me a reference point there to aim for, which, as you noticed, I was with it. Put overflow to here, running to there. Once I'm done, I will get that running to a awesome sink without having to do a whole bunch of craziness. The other option, if I want to keep it all internal, is to run it that way. But this floor here is not tall enough to fit an awesome sink without it sticking way through the roof. So I think I'm going to run it outside the base that way. like I said, I'm moving all this. I have plenty of resources for what I need to finish my project here. So I'm just kind of taking out these step by step by step. Okay. So I have that overflow going out that way. The screws is not going to be 500 a minute. That's really not worth messing with. So I'm just not going to worry about the efficiency. Oh, excuse me. I'm not going to worry about losing the efficiency that extra screws make, because it's those points at this point in the game are so trivial that it's not going to make a difference. 2,000 plates a minute, and it'll consume 750. So this too is going to be one that I need to take out. Now I think I'm going to take the conveyor up and over to the wall, and then come down the exact same way I'm doing the others. And to be honest with you, no more than the extra should be producing. I can just combine them into one belt and send it all to the trash at that point, or the sink. I think of it as a trash because frankly it's just getting rid of the resources you don't need. So right now I'm not going to combine them just because the space here is too tight to do so. But I might combine them just outside of the wall. Okay, now I think 15, 2,500. I think I'm actually going to do something. So one of the mods that I have allows you to actually make the power slugs, and at that point you have a automated power shell factory. So I am going to double my production. Work well. Now, to do so, when I redid my plastic production, is that gunpowder. To make the gunpowder, you need heavy oil residue. Well, I have my plastic and rubber production over here, which is the main ways you get heavy oil residue. At or pretty much 100% efficiency, running into these and then just being scrapped. But again, that's just going to scrap, so I could probably feed some of it out. Like right now I have this one here just producing packaged fuel. Eventually I'm going to do something with a truck route, but I need to finish getting things built, so it's just running fuel to here. It's not using hardly squat, but the two petroleum coke factories over there are the ones that are running all the heavy oil residue. But I could just dial it down probably and run a line over to where I'm doing my munition production. That should work just fine. I want to have it balanced so it is one or two of them's not stopping. I think I want to replace. I like the look of the windows. It kind of breaks up the outline. It does kind of get a little dull just having the same exact wall each time. But this is out of all the walls, this is my go-to style that I like the best. I like the color scheme, kind of fits with the other stuff. Plus, looks a little bit nicer. that production, I need to get to motors. Now for the motors, I'm going to go to the other deal. I'm going to need an assembler. Now, I want the end of it to actually be right up in here too. And I give you no. There's my motors, and of course I need rotors and straighter. So, of course I ran that backwards, and it's already filled up. Oh, I can make this work. I need because these are so tight, I don't want it to go underneath it. I need a marker, tighten it up a little bit. And I need a merger. No, don't tighten that up. In the center, I guess I can. Oh, that's why. Can't go that short. Then another 90. Now you want to go straight up and go that way. In that case, I only have to put in one more 90 to keep it all nice and straight. Oh, too far. Dang it. One back. And not quite. But that's a modded deal, so it's pushed out a little bit, so I think that's about the best I'm gonna get it. Alright, so that gives me the rotor. I need a straighter. So to get that, we are going to need to get again, it's right here. Another assembler. Now I'm gonna actually reverse. Because I should actually be able to just do this. And bingo. Got that in. Now the smart splitter will obviously sort out. I need to get my rotor set over here. It'll sort out where I want it to be. It'll only produce half the rotors because some of them should be going forward as well as coming out this way because I haven't set to anything. So it'll be 1-to-1 ratio. So only half the rotors will get here. But I'm hoping that the production is going to be small enough that that line's going to pretty well back up. And anyway, right now I have this just feeding to my resource bank. So that's eventually going to back up itself. Something I am not currently building into this, which I need to build into this, is a recycler. With that stopping production, I want to keep things going, so I need to get an awesome sink in here to collect the resources that it is producing after the storage is full. That way I am not wasting it. And I can put it into tickets and keep going from there. Alrighty. So, I think I'm going to take care of that on the output of this. I don't know. I'll see where I decide to run those two lines. I'll probably run those two lines together, and then I'll split them. And at the point of splitting them is when I will get them into the awesome sink. But right now, I need to get the final part of this, and that is the steel tubes. Well, down here is my old copper production. I say copper production. This is where I had my ingots, my copper plates, the wires, the cables, and I cannot hit this stupid thing. And so, with me having that replaced and actually already feeding into my storage facility, I can just erase all this. Now, I know messing up what is currently my motor production, and motors are one of the things that I'm going to need to be careful with. Those are, you never seem to have enough. You think you're good, and then you look at it and go, crap, I can't fit it all. But I'm going to put the steel production down here, because at this point I can bring the copper, not the copper, but I can bring the iron and the coal up through the bottom, which will significantly lessen the clutterness, because I can kind of hide those underneath the factory. For now, kind of clear some of this extra stuff out. Stuff. You can go out, plus all these extra screws. I don't need a whole bunch of extra screws. Oh, yeah, no, that's it. Let's go. For a second there, I thought I put a stack of aluminum plates. Sheet, not aluminum plate. That should give me plenty of room to. Oh, there's a couple more. Yeah, another one of the mods I got is to make my inventory bigger. Like I said, it's how I enjoy playing it, so it's how I'm going to play it. Alright. These are probably going to be, sheets. Good. I can keep the sheets in my inventory. That's, yeah, of course. Well, I should have plenty of room now. Finish up the last couple here. Go. And of course, there's something that I cannot fit in my inventory. Now, even with this extended size inventory, I still run into the same problem. There's a lot of something that can't fit in my inventory. But you still run into the same problem. And that's, you never have enough inventory space. Never. I need 5. I don't want to waste it. Let me go stick it up. Awesome. sink. See, did I just leave myself no chest? No. At this point, it's like I said, some of these things are trivial. Just because so far, these few things that I'm putting in awesome sink are not really going to amount to all that much. But I still do. So I'm gonna keep those. I don't have a storage for those right now. So I know I need them for a wear tier to log in there. So I'm gonna keep them for now. Alrighty. So I have you. Boom. That opens this up quite a bit. I think I actually... I'm going to run all this under. Of course, that doom right there is going to mess that up. Then I'll just run it up to here, just past that doom. Yeah, right in here. And I'll have it dive down from there. I think that would work great. And I also can run the ones that I don't have using right now. So, yeah, I think that'll be fine. I'd like to redo this mess. Excuse me. There I go again. What? Boom. I have it reorganized. Now, it's not all the way done yet because I still need one more thing. So you... Actually, I need two more. Crap. Oh, okay. Two different constructors. Now, I'm going to put you there. So, you, nope. Nope. It's not a smelter. Or it's not a... Constructor, I need the smelter constructor. Now, I just go purple. And then... Now I need constructor. Because you can turn power shards purple. Slugs. Okay, so now I have that automated, but I cannot sync anything but you. So, to keep things running, because there's a problem. Especially with these are more valuable part of those. So you are actually going to go out this way. Yes, I want you to go out the right. Because now I am going to there's that. Of course, you're producing motors. Thank you. I do want to add you in because I still have a few uses for you. But your overflow's going in. You need your own dedicated line. It's the only way to make that work. Because if you don't have a dedicated line, then the power shards are going to go down into the system there, and I cannot. I don't think you can put awesome or power shards in the awesome sink. So, oh, I missed. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to up my game on getting some of this produced. Starting to run out of them here. I haven't used those at all. I really should have gone by the awesome sink. I'm still gonna go by the awesome sink now, even though I'm not there. That'll give me some. Okay, so excuse me. I was right into the mic. I'm sorry. Okay. There we go. That is its own dedicated line. Now, I really wanted to get to the all the way down the motors tonight, but it is way too late. So at that point, I think I'm gonna call, well, at this point, I'm gonna call this good for tonight. I wanted to thank everyone for joining me, and tune in next time.